What's going on, y'all? Just got up recently, and we got the Sony fiscal results here to do. I was gonna do it last night, but I was like, man, I don't feel like it because I was kind of hanging out. I was reading them. It was like almost at midnight because they launched a little bit late. But we got some more news here too. Definitely on the Ghost of Yotei sales, which I tried to tell people about. Are you ready? Because AGN, like I said on this channel, you're gonna find out AGN is, he knows what he's talking about. Let's go down to my Ghost of Yotei video, right? PlayStation Ghost of Yotei tops charts for Battlefield 6. Let's click on this. What's going on? 3 million sold. I try to tell people in that video, I'm telling you, it at least sold 3 million. And I added up things for you. I said, if it's not 3 million, it's more than that. Here it is right here, 3 million sold, right? So going over to, back to where we were, Ghost of Yotei sells 3.3 million and they updated it to November 2nd. They went past the fiscal. I said that before that. Is that pretty accurate? Yeah, I think so. And we're going to get into that too. So it says Sony fiscal year 25 quarter two earnings. PlayStation hardware hits almost 4 million year on year, and it grew 200,000. I'll prove that to you in a second. Lifetime data, it's at 84.2 million shipped. Software is at 80.3 million year on year. That's also a growth too. So Sony's not going down, they're growing. I said before, console gaming is doing good. The only thing that did bad was Xbox, but PlayStation and Nintendo can make up for that easy. And then whatever the hell else PC and Steam is doing, in totality, it's still growing. Could it have been even better if Xbox would have been doing better? Yeah, of course. And then Ghost of Yotei 3.3 sell through, not shipped, November 2nd. What'd I tell you? See, I told you it was impossible for the game to flop after I figured out too with the 60 million budget and certain other things that there was nothing you could really do about it, and that the game was gonna make a lot of profit. So if you do 70 times 3, that's 210 million, right? But it sold 3.3, and that's also the $80 editions plus tax. Sony already made like 250 million profit off this game easily. So there you go with that. It's going to make over 300 some million profit. There's no way this game's not hitting 5 million, you know what I mean? It's guaranteed. Then they could drop the price, put it on sale, and then they could do the PlayStation app PC version in the future, or even Steam, who knows? Either way, there's no way this game can't even get to like 7 million at least. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about that. Earning reports are live, and all the people that made up stuff, it's like, yeah, we're going to get to that though. Details below. So let's talk about how Sony grew here. Going down, we see hardware. Okay, guys, this is something to pay attention to here, because this is where you're going to realize that Sony is still growing. Make this easy for you guys. PlayStation hardware. Okay, so this is last year. 2.4, 3.8. Fiscal year 2025. 2.5 up from the 2.4. That's like 100,000 up. And 3.8 up to 3.9 this year. So in totality, it went up almost 200,000 extra console sales. So the prices went up. The demand, and probably the people that don't want to be on Xbox anymore that shipped it over there. They make it easy, Microsoft makes it easy by, being slow, if you get what I mean. So this gives you the idea of Sony's growth here, that even in its lifetime cycle, unlike Xbox, it's significantly tanked down, as is literally just fading so fast. Sony is still getting growth. Nintendo is still breaking records and still having the highest of all time. They have an exclusive identity. They still have games. They have money hats, which is another identity, though that's not an amazing identity. Nintendo has obviously the most healthiest identity, and they're growing the most, and they have the most sales. But we see here from the land of the rising sun, growth is still happening. Full software, 53.6 million, 65.9 million. Selling more, 777. Hey, I like seeing that. Quarter two, 777. Quarter two this year, 80.3 million. Not only is Sony growing in hardware, but they're growing in software too. The PlayStation ecosystem is healthy. And you see what I mean? Even with like some of those windows at the beginning of the year, but they finished strong. And Microsoft just committed suicide, literally, with the Xbox brand. So we're seeing that PlayStation is growing in totality, hardware and software. And Nintendo's going to be doing the same thing over time, because they're getting more third-party support than ever. Watch over time when they start blooming. So this gives you the idea, because we're talking about hardware here, software, we're going to get the Ghost in a second, that PlayStation's not tanking down. It's consistently growing. So console market is healthy, as we see between Nintendo and PlayStation, and things are doing fine. What you were seeing was a loser cult, lunatic base over on the Xbox that couldn't succeed in any dimension, wanted to project, that type of negativity because their base was failing big time, and they got lied to and brainwashed. But over here, we're not seeing that. So going down, Let's go to the number of monthly active users on PlayStation Network. Well, that's down, all right? But it's still healthy, almost 120 million for quarter two. Nintendo was at like, what, 129, 130 something million. They have the healthiest. As I said before, console gaming in totality is still the biggest by a mile. PC cannot keep up with that. Your biggest platform is Steam, and about to check recently, concurrent users are like 27 million. They may get about 100 something million per month, but when you combine Nintendo and PlayStation together, even if whatever Xbox has too, how? You know what I mean? It's like they're lying to you. Even game developer conferences every year were telling you the industry is based around console gaming. It always has been in totality. But some growth that PC is getting is obviously it's growing and it's not bad. And Capcom was showing growth on PC, but outside of that, PlayStation is still the biggest, and Nintendo has the biggest base in a sense of like gaming in general. And wait till those Switch 2 hits 100 million plus with the Switch 1 users. Just watch. Woohoo! Yeah, they're not ready, I'm telling you. So we see here Sony's kind of stable. Their biggest was quarter three last year at 129 million, but they're keeping over easily 115 million, 116 million as the lowest monthly active users, as we see right here. So it's pretty stable. And with this holiday and what Microsoft did, I guarantee you this will be over 119 million now. Yeah, I think that Sony's going to maintain this and actually increase it a bit. You got Portal users becoming active too. That's just going to be separate outside of that. So I think we're going to see a bit of a boost here. Same thing. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, just woke up. Same thing with Nintendo. We're going to see a boost. Big time. Combining the Switch 2 with the Switch 1. So that right there is guaranteed. Now, we kind of get the idea here though, right? There's growth going here in the PlayStation world. I'm not going to bore you with any of this, but we got to the fun stuff that you could see. Yeah, PlayStation is stumping. Microsoft wouldn't be able to compete no matter what. But it would have been nice if they would have, would have been able to help gaming more. Now, going over to Ghost of Yotei post by Hunter, he says, Ghost of Yotei has crushed the boycott nonsense. 3.3 million units sold in 32 days, despite being $10 more than Ghost of Tsushima. PlayStation 4 having a much larger install base, and Tsushima launched during the lockdown. I told you that wouldn't have mattered because people were hungry for a PlayStation 5 first-party game. So we kind of get the idea here with that going on. Let's go down to some comments here. Small niche franchise Monster Hunter sold 8 million copies in the first 3 days. This guy is completely delusional. That's a multi-platform game that's online. Is this guy comparing the sales of PS5 exclusive to a multi-platform title that releases on 3 months? See, this is what I mean. People like this, like they just don't have any brains, so you can't take them serious. Now, this article is coming from over here. We'll go back to those comments in a second. Ghost of Yotei PS5 sales surpassed 3.3 million units. Crush boycott nonsense. Exactly how to expect it. I don't know about that. Ghost of Yotei has crushed any lingering social media narrative, selling 3.3 million units as of November 2nd. As I told you guys over here in my video, 3 million sold, and that was 5 days ago, and that was for fiscal results, and it did not flop. I didn't lie. You know what I mean? And I didn't mislead you as usual. I know what I'm talking about here. So I tried to explain things. It's like, there's no way this game did not sell 3 million units. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. You have people doubting that. Hey, what's going on though? Like I said, AGN is on fire. He's correct. We're gonna get this algorithm back going. Some stupid stuff happened, but hopefully they fix it. That's the total number of copies sold through to consumers. That's not that's not shipped, and spans the full 32 days since the game's release. So in 32 days, it sold 3.3 million. By comparison, Ghost of Tsushima sold 2.4 million in 3 days and crossed 5 million in 4 months. However, it's important to incorporate some context here. Sucker Punch's predecessor was sold during the height of lockdown on a more mature PS4 platform with a much bigger install base. It was also a cheaper game overall. It was. It's fair to say Ghost of Yotei is selling very well, then putting an end to any online speculation about the game underperforming. All that grifting, like I said, just stop. It's going to make you look dumb. Since this announcement, the sequel has been attacked by some vocal corners of the internet for its choice of protagonists. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I can understand that. But I didn't really care about that because it didn't affect the gameplay. I have the game. I show people almost have 50 hours in it. And everything is improved upon part 1. Doesn't blow away part 1, but it definitely improves upon everything. In 4K 60 ray tracing, that engine destroyed the Unreal Engine 5. Just to give you that idea. Now, the Kirk situation is different because that's an idiot acting up outside of that, but that has nothing to do with the developers that stuck true to respecting Japan, worked with them, and made the game awesome. Like Ghost of Tsushima 1 was awesome. It was just an idiot that needed to get out of there. And we know, you guys saw me do my videos with that. So, and I told you the game is going to be fine. Sucker Punch also coveted some criticism for its handling of a staff member who commented on, that situation. I'm not getting into that. But these statistics show all of that was just noise, and by and large, gamers are supporting the game. That's good because we think it's a robust improvement on its predecessor and welcome the addition to the PS5's catalog. And the reason why I said it because I already covered that. You know, we're not going to be doing that, playing around with that type of stuff. Like I said, we don't do that over here. Going down here, loved the experience, got the plat, and felt it built on Tsushima enough to be considered the superior game. Definitely more than Ghost. Yeah, you got 5 weapons. Everything is improved in the open world, and you have a more maxed out engine. All that boycott was just a lot of talk from people that probably never intended to buy the game either way. Yeah, there's a lot of that going online today. A lot of fake people, a lot of frauds, a lot of grifters. Yeah, they just want to get content, make some money, and get something going to try to look a certain way. Game of the year for me, that's cool. Despite what people think, I'm actually glad it's performed well because that means a win for Sony and Sucker Punch, so their future looked pretty secure. I find it funny how PlayStation published articles airing other publishers, developers' dirty laundry, but have yet to address the lead actress in Ghost of Yotei's controversy of the lead actress in Naughty Dog's upcoming Intergalactic. On a blatant insult of nature, she referred to whatever, I'm eager to see, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting into that. There's the official numbers for anyone who's asking or still thinks that Yotei is a flop. I hope this can shut up these grifters, but hey, that's probably going to make more misleading videos about Yotei is a flop. I mean, you can't say that right now because you got $3.3 million $70, like I said, 230 million revenue. We're not even talking about the $79.99 edition. There is that. People got that too. So I think around 250 plus million or more profit. Or maybe less or more. Who knows? But it's somewhere around that. But I don't know. We get this idea here. Ghost of Yotei sales past 3.3 million. So people, shut up. It's right there in front of you. There's nothing else to talk about. Now going down and seeing some more comments. This guy says, no, it didn't. It sold worse than the first game. You see, why are you saying this when the official source is telling you this? This guy is a moron. This is what I mean. What is wrong with you? Something's wrong with your brain. Can you read? There's nothing else to talk about. And this is what I mean by, like, at this point, you just look like a zombie to me. I don't know what else to say because that's what that is. So we get the idea here with the PlayStation fiscal results. They're growing for hardware. They're growing on software. It is not going down. It is going up. But we need to get quarter 3 to quarter 4 to get the full results. But all in all, things are doing well. You go down here, it's 80%. For quarter 1, you go down there, it's 83%. Quarter 2, 70 to 72%. There's growth here in totality. So it's a healthy ecosystem and it's doing fine. And PlayStation doesn't need to really do no day and date on PC, on Steam or anything. No, it's going to be in the PlayStation ecosystem because they're growing. So Sony's going to be focusing on Sony. Game and Network Service segment, as we see down here, we got our answers here. So let me know what you guys think about this. They're basically saying they really gave Yotei numbers. Not bad. Sony didn't hide it, but probably under Tsushima at the same time frame because they're respecting their base and it's doing fine. Unlike Microsoft, that shows nothing because that company is trash. So kindly note, Ghost of Yotei sales are sell-through, like I was saying, to consumers, not shipped. So you have to understand the shipped range probably is up and closer to they're probably right now to have that shipped at 4 million. I'm just saying through the holidays, it'll get to over 4.5 easily. I don't see how it wouldn't. So look out for that. Good results. Congratulations again, Sony. PlayStation is doing healthy as we see, 84.2 million. And with the holidays, it'll probably get to around 87, 88. And we'll see what's going down. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe later. Like I said, AGN is right. Peace.